Hello everyone, welcome back to Garden Fever. I got an exciting episode for you today. Today I'm going to be talking to you about the tip of the month. And this video is going to be released in September, but for clarification purposes, I'm actually filming this in August. I'm just going to release it in September because Utah's growing season ends around the end of September in the beginning part of October. Pretty much is on a downhill slope at that point. And I wanted to share with you this tip because right now in August it's a good time from where we're at to do this tip. And that is kind of stopping the growth from happening. As you can see, these plants are about 5 feet tall, and with a month of solid growth they can easily grow another foot or two, and that's good for bragging rights and everything, but it doesn't really do anything for when it comes to actual tomatoes. And the reason why I say that is because these flowers right here, if they're pollinated right now and then they start to grow, they're not going to have time to develop before the end of our season reaches here, so it's really a waste of energy. So I'm going to give it a haircut, and I'm actually going to kind of trim off this top stuff so that the energy will go into the tomatoes that are already growing. This will beef them up and ripen them faster and better, put a lot of nutrients into what you already got going rather than into new types of tomatoes. So and I'm also going to do this with my pepper plants too. So I'll stop the video here and I'll bring you up close to kind of show you where I determine that. But I'm thinking, you know, about right here is probably as far as I'm going to go, and I'm going to give it a haircut. And I know everybody's going to be like, no, don't kill your plants. But by doing that, you're really making a better harvest for yourself. And so with that, I'll cut for now, and we'll be back. Okay, in this portion of the video I'll show you from this side because I can see the view screen a little bit better than on the sunny side. I actually grow more cherry tomatoes because my family eats them. We eat a ton of cherry tomatoes, so you'll see a lot of those in my collection. But we've got we eat them, and we eat a lot of them. I do have normal tomatoes as well that we grow, but we don't eat a ton of those. We eat them here and there and on salads and, you know, other sandwiches and things like that, so only a few here and there. So I keep those on the vine, but boy do we eat cherry tomatoes. But anyway, they're looking pretty good. We got a lot of starting ones. So how do you determine where to prune? Okay, so what I do is I find the main stem, which is right here, and it's going up, and then I get to this point and see these. Now these have already started to grow, so I'm going to leave that alone. But up here we're getting some new flowers. It's pointless. So we're going to clip right below this at a 45-degree angle. Make sure you clean your scissors or your pruners, and I'm going to trim that, and I'm going to mulch it back into my matted soil floor, which for those of you who have not seen that video yet, I'll leave the link in the description. But I recycle every bit of thing that I can back into my soil, and we'll explain that in the other video. But so anyway, back to that's a sucker, so I'll probably just clip that off too, because it's, and right here's another sucker. We'll just pop that off, and that's going to send energy into this stem and help those. But new growth right there, pointless. New growth right here, actually we'll go a little further, pointless. That gives you kind of an idea of how when you start getting up high at this point in the season, it's kind of irrelevant to let it keep growing, because it's not going to be able to do anything. It's just putting a whole lot of energy into growing and not a whole lot of energy into bearing fruit. We don't have long enough for these flowers that I'm cutting off to turn into full-on tomatoes before it'll be too late and the winter will be here. So we'll come around here to kind of try. I'm going to clip it right there and let these ones below, I'm hoping you can see that. I can't really see in the viewfinder, so if it's a bad shot I apologize, but that kind of gives you an idea. Now I also have some rogue tomatoes or volunteers. These ones came up. I got one right here and then one right here. Once again, I can't tell if this is filming good or not, and they've just barely started to go to flower. So I'm going to go ahead and leave those in hopes that I'll get some tomatoes from them. I'm not sure if in a month's time they'll have enough time to do that, but we'll see. And I got one more over here. This is another volunteer. And because I recycle everything back into my soil, I get random plants that pop up here and there, and I'm okay with that. Some people are all bothered by that. I am not. I think it's just a free tomato plant is the way I see it. So as soon as I see them. But anyway, this is Corey LaFever. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. Thanks to all my subscribers. I want to give a special thanks to all my subscribers. It's been awesome. I really enjoy all the conversations and things that I'm learning. And I'm hoping that I'm teaching some of you some new things too. But this is Corey LaFever. Until next time.